Alright, new channel, new game and a new god. Now this will be just a casual single player playthrough. There's a bunch of people already that are making tutorials for new players, and yeah, hopefully this can fill the gaps and show you how to put all these concepts to good use. I'm going to go with 15 provinces per player, which is fairly normal for most games, multiplayer and single player. It's a nice balance. And I'll just use random map creation and none of these special layouts. I'm gonna use the early ages because this is my favorite age of the game, with yeah, most of the fantasy creatures and less emphasis on just human troops and armor. I'm going to go with 12 players. And for our nation, we are gonna pick one nation that sold this game to me earlier in Dominions 4 because they're just fucking awesome, and it's gonna be Yomi, the Oni Kings. So this is our nation. We are Japanese samurai demons. Yeah, let's have a quick overview. So we got little goblin guys with different weapons, spears and bows and clubs. These are all crap. We got human guys with spears and human guys with bows. These are also both crap. None of these units are worth anything. For mages and commanders, we got just some normal scout, and oh, this is actually a commander, not a scout. Some normal commander that's stealthy, a goblin commander that's basically the same as the other guy, a standard priest that sometimes gets a little bit of magic. These lab rat guys that I think can transform into demons later on and get some more magic paths. These old guys that are fairly similar but with a bunch of different paths. And then we get some samurai demons. These guys, the demon general, mostly just useful for leading a ton of troops around. These guys, the Oni Shugo, which are kind of nice little guys. And the core of the nation, the Dai-Oni, which we're mostly focused on, and make these guys just badass strong and kill armies. Yeah, that's the plan. This nation is pretty fun in single player and hilariously bad in multiplayer, because there's just a few easy things you can do to counter basically everything this nation can do. But the AI won't do that, so it's okay in single player. For our god, I think we just take the cheapest guy that we can find and buy a bunch of magic paths, which would be this guy. He's 70 points and reduced by 20 for this nation, where all the other mages are around 100, and all of these guys are much more expensive. So we use this guy and we just buy a freaking awesome bless for Dai-Oni and start smacking people. This nation gets reduced income. This is just flat out 50% less money than everybody else gets. So there's really no incentive for us to build our economy or do anything, so we just dump all our scales to nothing, except for luck. Luck is always good. And let's buy some awesome bless. So I just take 1 point into everything to take a look at what's available. I have only played around a little bit and had a short look at the new nations, but I didn't really do any playthrough or anything with this new game yet. And R was pretty good before, so I think I want to get this. R couples very nicely with the fear of these guys. The fear will reduce the morale of units attacking us, and then for all they need to pass a morale check to even attack us. So that's a nice combi. And yeah, let's just get it. So we need about 6 slammer into fire. Yes. And then we could go with regeneration or fortitude, which would be reasonable. But I'd like to test this new one out, Unbearable Splendor, which blinds everyone that tries to attack us. And this is gonna be 8 fire and 4 astral. And then I guess we just take some reinvigoration so our guys can fight and not fall asleep. So let's just get some random pathing, maybe some blood, death and nature wouldn't be too bad. And let's dump this again, which gets us down to 4 design points, so this is a fairly efficient spread. We got 3 points left, so that's reinvigoration once. We sadly can't really afford to get another reinvigoration, so let's see what we do with the last point. Morale would be okay. This we don't need this. We don't need mountain survival. Magic resistance would be nice, but it's too expensive. So I think we go with another new one, Heroism, which gets us 50% more experience. And that's gonna be great for stat boosting or big guys. And yeah, I guess that's the build. We're gonna take him awake because our nation is poor as fuck. And we need somebody to do research. So let's call this guy Yamsha. I'm gonna enable minor story events and score graphs, put the Hall of Fame entries up a little bit. And so we are 12 players. Usual number for thrones is about 1 throne per player, and I want to spread these out to all the 3 levels, so I can see if there's maybe some new thrones that I don't know from the Minions 5 already. In multiplayer usually it's only level 2 thrones. That's kind of what the meta was in the Minions 5. But I like to spread it around to have a little bit of variety. The level 1 thrones usually give a pretty weak effect, but they're also lightly defended, so it can be nice to pick them up early. And all the thrones at least count for temples, give you dominions checks, so that can be nice. and so we end up with 21 points and 11 for victory, I think. And yeah, let's go. Alright, here we are in the game. The wheel has turned once again. And we start out with one of these guys, which is pretty nice. Usually you start with a commander and a scout. And yeah, here we get this guy. So we are going to make this guy a prophet. Oh, I forgot to put renaming on, so I can't change his name. It's too bad. Maybe I'll just restart quickly. And I go with the same build. Okay, so I randomly found a little better build, taking the air and water path off and putting it into death, because the fourth death path is a little cheaper than the other ones, because we started at 1, and this way we get to 0 design points. So I think I'm gonna take this. The blast is still the same. So here we are, finally in the game, this time with renaming on, so we can now name this guy Wolffang Fist, and yeah, go start smacking some people. Make this guy a prophet, and have a look at what's inside this throne here. This is called pinging. You attack with the scout and just retreat, and depending on how many provinces around the province you're pinging you'll get a chance to have this guy retreat and live to yeah, see another day. Our god is just going to research, and for research there's a few things we want to pick up. We need summon earth power, which is somewhere around here. This spell that will give us reinvigoration, that will allow our dudes to just keep fighting and not get tired. Then we need some alteration to buff ourselves up. We already got alt 1, but what we really want is stone skin at least, which is in alt 2, so we get this too. And then we need some construction to get better gear, because our big guys, they already have a piece of armor, but it's extremely heavy, and encumbrance +4, so yeah, we can use this armor. Now we still don't have enough money in Dominion 6 to get one of these guys turn 1, so let's hope we have enough money next turn and just get one of these guys. I think these ones before in Dominions 5, these guys were a little bit better for crafting the early gear for Oni, so we pick one of those up, and that's mostly all we need for this turn. Maybe we'll get some units, so we'll end up where at 250 plus 440, so 690 gold next turn. And yeah, we need all that money. We can't get any units. For our army we have some of our archer guys, which are actually not terrible. They have a pretty good melee weapon, some kind of katana stuff. I don't know what a wakizashi is, but it has good attack value and good damage, so we can actually take these guys and run them into melee, and we get some of these. This is a special mechanic for Yomi. So our Dominion summons these little Oni guys, tiny demons, that are actually not totally trash. They are certainly better than all the other units we have, and we get them for free. All we need is a temple in a province and some turmoil scales, which we have free of in our build, so all our lands are gonna be turmoil anyways, so everywhere we build a temple we will get some of this free spawn. And if we park one of our Oni commanders in there, they have also these Oni summoner ability that just increases our free spawn a little bit. Yeah, I think that's it for turn 1. Yeah, here's the proclamation. I thought we forgot this. So let's have a look at the throne, see what's inside there, if we can take it early maybe. Alright, this looks pretty easy. There's no mages. Usually the thrones are protected by mages. And yeah, just a few heavy infantry and militias. The militias have horrible morale. They're gonna pretty much run on contact. And then it's just these 2 squads left. So that's basically like a normal province. Our dude sadly didn't survive, and for some reason we don't have enough money for a Dione, which sucks. I guess that was because we got some unrest maybe or something. So we have to wait another turn to get one. I guess we get one of these Namenari and see if we can make anything useful. We only have death gems and not enough earth gems, so I doubt there's gonna be anything we can do. Oh, we don't even have construction 1, so yeah, there's nothing we can do. Maybe we should get at least construction 1 first before we do the other stuff. So this is 19, it's gonna be done next month. And construction 1, and then go to conjuration 3. So we have an air mage here, which is pretty nice. I think the air randoms were kind of the best ones to get, because our nation only gets those on randoms. But we'll need to use this guy to fight stuff. So now the question is, where do we go? We got heavies and slingers here. This thing we already saw. Militias, heavies and archers here, and a few monkeys down here. This one is the one that gives us the most income, but I think we'll take this one first since it's a little bit easier, hopefully. So we send this guy over here with the army. We set this guy up in the front and just YOLO in. Have the Onis behind, and maybe these guys on the flank, on hold and attack, so they shoot for 2 rounds and then run in and attack. And yeah, since it's been a while since I played Yomi, and I can't remember how to space them so they make contact at the same time, so let's just try this out. I think the Oni are pretty slow. Oh no, they have 10 combat speed. Yeah, let's just try this. For spells, we do skeletal body on a prophet, and then just run in. And I think that's it. Okay, we have some research completed and our first battle we can view. So let's see how our guys did. This guy summons a few wolves on the first turn of every battle. Same with the bigger version of this dude. And yeah, these wolves just run in and die, but maybe they mess up the formation a little bit. See, these guys are pulling ahead now, and some are hanging behind, trying to kill the last wolf. A dude runs in. Oh, this looks actually pretty good. And we make contact perfectly at the same time. And these little Oni, they're only size 2, so we can put 5 of them in a single square and just overwhelm these other guys. This dude with all the buffs from a blast has no trouble just running in and getting surrounded, which is a good sign. And yeah, the archers should die too, or run away, that's fine with me. So here we see something, or little Oni guys. If they die, they turn into a spirit. They have a second form, and in the spirit form they are ethereal. So normal weapons, non-magical weapons, have a 75% chance to miss. And yeah, that's pretty useful. Or big Oni guys have the same ability. I think they drop all their armor when they turn to spirits, but yeah, maybe they can survive every now and then. And yeah, that's it. We lost one of our bandits, and that's it. And we finally have enough money to get a die Oni. We'll save the rest of the money up to just keep recruiting these guys. I don't think we need much more in terms of army. So now we have a choice between these two lands. There's 2 farmlands here. Oh, they both have pretty horrible population. So maybe we try and take this one. It looks weaker now than last turn. So the scouting report you get on the edge of your land, it varies by ±50%. So yeah, whatever you see, it could be, if we see 40 guys here, it could well be 20, it could also be 60 guys. So that's only a rough estimate, so it's always nice to, if you have a few turns where you don't take the land, you can just see around which number this fluctuates and get a slightly better guess, because yeah, these scouting reports are not written in stone. So let's just keep going. I think the scripting looked pretty good, and we still don't have enough gems to forge anything. Now the question is, do we send maybe this guy out to site search? I mean, if possible, I want to keep this guy researching and not forge stuff, because he got 65 research value, which is quite a lot compared to the other units, and we won't get many units that are able to research because we are poor as fuck. So first of all, let's put up defense here. You want to always put at least 5 PD in every province, because at 5 PD there's no events, random events that can take the province from you. If you leave them at 1, there might just be some bandits that take the land back, or the people revolting or something like that. Um, in multiplayer I would suggest putting this up to 6, because at 6 the scouting report that the other players will get looks a little bigger, and yeah, so basically they get the same report from 1 to 5, from 6 to 10, from 11 to 15, and so putting them at 6 or 11 just makes it look a little bit stronger. And yeah, there's not much more we can do this turn, except figuring out if we want to send one of those guys out and search for gems. I mean, I guess nature gems would be pretty cool. Earth gems would also be pretty cool, so yeah, let's just send him out and have a look around. So we got a new hero, which already spoils the result of this battle. We already know we won, which is a little bit anticlimactic. I love to watch the battles early on before spoiling if I was successful or not. So let's see how this goes. These are only heavies and they're a little bit slower, so I guess maybe my archers will make contact a little bit too early. It's still looking pretty good. And yeah, this was bad. I'd rather have this guy engage with the melee dudes instead of running for the slingers that are not gonna do shit anyways. So we probably take some losses here. Let's hope nobody runs away. Oh, all our Onis got shut down. And they're running. These guys are running too. Oh shit, do we lose? At least this guy has smacked the rest, so we take it, but everybody runs. Yeah, these guys have all horrible morale, so another reason why our military just sucks. But our commanders are pretty good for just soloing. So let's see what we got. Heroic quickness, which is pretty nice. I don't know if this will allow him to... Yes, it says it's attack quicker. So we get now 2 actions every turn. So this guy is much better in combat with that. Some of our dudes ran over here. Some of our dudes ran back. You can see here of a few of our random Oni. There's a few different flavors of them. These guys are a little bit bigger and can throw flames. And these guys are, yeah, that's the real good ones. They're sacred, so we can buff them up and make them real strong. But they rarely show up. We got pretty lucky to get one. So let's see, can we ferry these guys around? Yes. He still has 2 dudes. Now the question is, do we count on him getting something done, or maybe I just ferry these guys over here and meet up, regroup our army. Oh yeah, this is always a good habit. If you have mages running around searching a land, just put them in the back, put them on retreat, and if some random attacks come in, then they maybe survive and they're not just standing there casting useless spells. It would have been nice to forge some gear, but I guess our first day only must just run in his crappy armor and hopefully survive. So yeah, not much more we can do. We are side searching here. We didn't find anything with our mage, and some of our crippled units have died. That's fine. So let's just put all of these guys together. Maybe we should have left this guy at home. So yeah, this dude is a little bit faster, and this dude too. He will just die if we keep fighting with him. So maybe we'll ferry him back later and just use these guys. Put our archers on the flank again. Maybe we pull our dude up a little bit so he doesn't run into the backline again, because yeah, we really want this guy to take a lot of attacks, because he can take it and our dudes can't take anything. They have 8 morale, which is extremely bad. And yeah, these guys 10 morale, which is average but not very good. So I guess since we are here, we can also look for nature magic, see if we can find anything. At least we had a lake of mists here, which gives us an additional water gem each turn. And yeah, first Yomi showed up, and I think he got a random magic path. So we have 3, 2 and 3. And yeah, we got a 10% random, which is pretty nice, but chances are this guy is gonna die, probably. Let's see. Let's call him Shinichi. And let's see where our research is. Still at least 2 turns away from conjuration. So we are not really in fighting shape yet, but with a few monkeys I think we'll be fine. So let's see if what we have here. Magic. We have personal stone skin, skeletal body. I don't think that gives us anything. Well, it protects us from the arrows a little bit, so maybe we cast it. Skeletal body, and I think that's it. Yeah, there's not much else here. We should bless ourselves. That would be pretty smart, I guess. I like to put the blessing in the second slot, so these spells cost no fatigue, so we can use that round to regenerate a little bit of the fatigue we accumulate in the first round, just be a tiny bit more efficient. Let's put this guy in the back, give him time to buff up, and just stand around for 2 turns, catching his breath, and then we have him run in. This one here looks also pretty easy, so does this, and barbarians are gonna fuck up our Yomi. So I'm thinking we go here and try to kill these with our army, and hopefully our Wolffang Fist won't die. Let's try. Do we have defense here? No, of course not. At least we had enough money to start recruiting our next Ioni, which is nice. So here we are again. Let's see how our dudes did. This is the barbarian battle. I should have put him to bless once. Our prophet is automatically blessed, but this dude is not. I hope he doesn't die because they're fairly valuable. Let's see how we do with the barbarians. They hit pretty damn hard. But our little Oni guys should be pretty fine. As long as our commander doesn't get killed, we should have this. So we got some commander on commander action. Nope. Are these guys blinded? Nope. So, does it not work? Side vengeance? Ah, it's an MR check. Some of those guys blinded now, but it doesn't seem to do much. Maybe regen or hard skin would have been better. Yeah, none of these guys are blind. This guy is blind now. This guy is blind. That does a little bit. And here this guy is also turned into his ghost form. But I think we'll keep him if he stays in this form until the battle ends. Yeah, we are looking good here. Easy peasy. Only lost one of our bandit dudes, and this guy came back. Pretty great. And let's see how our Ioni did with the monkeys. These monkeys really don't do much. They have little stones, and yeah, that's it. They have a little few slightly bigger guys that also fling shit, and then they have archers. Yeah, these are probably the best of the units here, and they're still not very good. All of those guys are naked. Not that it matters, because our guy just does a ton of damage with the Nodachi. The skeletal body should protect us from the archers. And didn't he cast Zone Scan? Yes, he did. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, those rocks just do nothing. We got hit once for 1 damage, and that's it. And yeah, slowly chop through. Oh, what is this guy? What does he have? Oh, he has a lucky coin. That's kind of lucky. I hope we find that shield. Our weapon is a two-handed weapon, so if we get it, we'll have to get this guy back to our camp and put the shield down. But that's a pretty good find. Oh no, he's running away. We won't get that shield. Yeah, just chop the rest down. I think we know how this ends. So we killed everybody. We have a random event and got 6 glamour gems, which is nice, but I don't think we have any glamour mages that can do anything with that. And oh great, we got research ability as a heroic trait. That's pretty useless in combat, and they're not a good researchers to begin with. That's sad. So sadly we can't reach anything down here. So our only option are those barbs, which I don't really want to run into, to be honest. So we come down here with this guy. Yeah, do we go here? I think that will fuck him up. Yeah, let's not lose our first Dione. That would be real sad. So our second guy is about to come out. We again didn't find anything here. But I think we keep searching around. And maybe next turn we'll get another one of those guys to start making some gear. Let's not forget to put some PD up. And oh, we have goblins here too. So I guess we can get goblins in all mountain provinces, maybe? Looks like it. Oh, and these guys we can get 2 in mountains. Do we have... What does the lab cost in Dom 6? 600 gold, so we are a little bit short. But maybe we just slap a lab down here. And then we can keep making Dione in our capital. And get a few more matches out to do utility stuff. And let's see if how many units we have over here. Only a few. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for this turn. How much map move do we have? Only 16. That's really not a lot. So let's turn the map move on. Would be 18 to come down here. We can get over here. Just keep fighting in our own dominion, which might help us a little bit. So let's do that. 18 to cross from our capital. Sadly our capital is a forest. If this was the plains, we could maybe make it over there. Alright. Oh, so we found a magic site. A gorge, which is I think 1 earth gem. Let's have a look at this battle. I think we need to combine these squads soon. They're getting a little bit small. So Doggos did a good job at messing up the formation. This dude is running, and I again forgot to script the blessing. Let's hope this dude doesn't die. And okay, this looks good. First thing first, let's script the blessing so I don't keep forgetting. So let's do just blessing Divine Blessing instead of a Skeletal Body and then still run in. Maybe I'll do a Skeletal Body too and pull my squads back a little bit. Oops. Like that. So this place has pretty poor accessibility. The only place we could go afterwards would be either into the barbarians or the swarm, which has surprisingly high population. So in Dominions 5, swarms were worth nothing. There usually was only a few hundred population there. So this seems to have changed. And I guess these places are alright. Could also come down here. Yeah, I think we pull up and go this way and just move around the barbarians. So this is one earth gem per turn, so we now up to 2, which is really good. Earth gems are pretty important for forging early gear. And I think our research, yeah, we already have conjuration 3, so we can update our script. And do summon earth power, which gives us better earth magic and reinvigoration. And with that we should be a lot better at fighting. And I think we don't need to chill anymore after we cast our script and we just run in. So let's copy the script for our next guy and send this guy down here somewhere. Let's take the easier province first, maybe. This guy has again had a 10% random, so we are getting pretty damn lucky. Oh no, he didn't. 5 plus 1, so 8 is normal. So I guess we didn't get one here either. 6, 8, oh no, so we didn't get lucky on either of those. Well, that's alright. And I don't think I want to waste time with this guy forging. So I just get him down here. Procrastinate a little bit on the throne. And yeah, maybe we'll get just one more guy. And then we could also buy a lab down here. And I think then we are short on money next turn, which would suck, but yeah, let's do it. Construct a lab, so that's 600. Yeah, not even 600 gold, that won't work out. So maybe we'll get an Onishugo next turn to maybe gather up the other Onis that we have and YOLO him somewhere. Yeah, I think 2-die Oni for now is okay. So let's put up some PD, and then I guess that's it for the turn. This place too. Did I forget about that? Nope. Nope, so that's looking fine. We still haven't lost any more units. I think this is still fine to keep the squad separate and use the archers in the first few rounds. Okay, we didn't find anything in the forest. I was hoping for some nature gems, but yeah, we'll get some someday. Let's watch the battles. So only versus these, this should be totally fine. Let's just speed it up and see if something horrible happens. Okay, the blinding effect does something. Maybe it would be nice to pair this up with some penetration bonus as a bless. Alright, that's that. The wolves are still doing a great job. And this time this dude is blessed too, so he should be fairly safe. Oh fuck, they have priests. They can banish other little demon guys, which is obviously not good. But I think most of them survived. Let's see how much we lost. Nothing. Perfect. And we found our first player, or AI. This is Machaka, so let's have a quick look at them. Not this. Oh yeah. So we found Machaka and also Fomaria somewhere. Oh yeah, over here. So let's have a look at Fomaria first, because this is another pretty cool nation. Probably my favorite nation in the game. The goat people. So they have all these goat men and some cyclops giants, and also these Furbolg, which are slightly stronger human troops, and these elite guys, the Numidians, which have glamour. This is what we call an elf in Dominions. These glamour dudes, they're pretty obnoxious. They have super high defense and cast illusions of themselves, and yeah, they're pretty hard to kill in melee combat. And all of them are stealthy, so they can just sneak around in your territory and start smashing stuff behind your lines, so you can't even really defend against them. And then we have Machaka, which is kind of a tribal human nation inspired by the African tribes. They have these lion kings, which are wearing lion pelts. I guess not. It's just cosmetic. They only wear a crown and are otherwise naked. And they have these spider riders and elephants. And these guys, which are pretty fucking scary for us. They hit pretty hard. They have magical attacks, so they just kill our spirit forms. And they also cause a lot of fatigue, so yeah, they would probably kill us if we go to war with them, so maybe we just send them a peace treaty, ask them for a nap, and maybe we'll go fight for Moria then, or see who we fight there. So let's not make peace with Fomoria yet until we know what's over here, so we can keep our options open. This of course makes it pretty nasty for us to keep expanding anywhere here, because we could bump into Fomoria, we could bump into these guys, which are the Lion Warriors, those troops that will certainly mess up our demon guys, also are big dudes. So I think we go here and there just to make sure that we won't run into those guys. Would be nice if I could get some scouts somewhere. Do we have enough money? No, we don't have enough money for another Dione. So I think I'm gonna just get some of these Bakemono, the goblin guys, because they are stealthy and they're a bit expensive for scouting duty, but better than nothing. And I certainly won't use my capital to get some scouts, which oh yes, I forgot, we don't even have scouts, so that's probably pretty much our only option. We got another air random, which is cool, and we can start making Nominari over here. So let's get one more guy of these, or maybe only Shugo. I think I'd rather get one of those guys and make sure that we have enough money for another Dione next turn. So let's just put our PD up in all the provinces and make sure this dude is scripted. Let's see where our research is. So we are still a little away from construction 3, and after that we have the basic stuff we need, and then we can take a deeper look at how we want to progress, and yeah, where our next target will be in terms of research. This dude can maybe start crafting some stuff for our guys. So our dudes don't wear helms, but they're size 7, so a size 3 unit, a human unit, even with a spear, can't hit this guy in the head. So I don't think heads are very important for the Dione. I think the Machakan guys could hit us in the head. So they're size 4. No, they couldn't. At least that. They have invulnerability 18 now? Why? That's not the bless. I think that's just... that's a pretty good buff for EA Machaka here. These guys are pretty badass now. They got 21 protection. So these are pretty good for expanding. Maybe I should have tried a Machaka playthrough. They're a big contender for my next game, I guess. This is pretty dope. And yeah, EA Machaka has also these guys, the Buddha, which are pretty cool. One of the better units in the game. They can turn into a hyena, so they have 2 forms, just like Dione. But the second form can use all the slots, which makes them pretty good at doing the same stuff we do, just thugging or super combating and fighting one guy versus an army. Even though these are just small humans with not much hit points, they are much more durable than they look. And we also found some indies here, some special indies, Jade Amazons, which we'll be happy to get. They would give us some water magic. The question is, how do we take this? They have not only these guys that we see here, they will also have some lizard riders, so cavalry. And so I think we need to change our army scripting a little bit. So we'll put these guys all the way in the back, maybe a little bit more to the middle. Have our archers and our dude go into combat first. If they have calves, they will hopefully run in here or get tangled with a big dude. And we'll give him this guy as a bodyguard, so he's not all there alone, because the lizard riders are a little bit more dangerous than human militia. And yeah, I don't want other attacks to go into our commander, because if that guy dies, our whole army will die. This girl, I think we just keep side searching, because we can now recruit them over here. So this one we have already. Let's go over here, and then down there. This looks all good. This dude, let's see what we can forge. Planet of Courage. Okay, 5 morale, which is not the best, but also not the worst. This doesn't help us. Ring of Fire doesn't help us. These armors would be a little better. They only have 2 encumbrance instead of the 4 that our samurai armor has, and also less defense penalty. So that might be something good to make. The helms will get important when we fight larger stuff. So I think we just maybe make one of those armors. We have side searched here already. And let's see what this guy can do. Nothing really. So I guess we just keep him researching. Or maybe we have this guy make the armor and keep this dude running around looking for magic sites. So I'm trying to focus my searching on the forest and the mountain provinces, because they have a slightly higher chance to spawn magic sites than the normal plains provinces and the farmland provinces. This is a farmland and a mountain, so that has an increased size chance for magic sites too. And then let's get some goblin guys. Too bad I can only recruit them over here, because I would like to see where the Fomorian army is. This guy will be in a pretty tough spot next turn, because we really don't know where we can go safely. And yeah, I think that's it. Our respawn production is still pretty slow. And let's hope the Amazon battle works out. Yeah, I think there's not much we can do here to make this better. So let's just hope. Alright, we have 3 battles, so let's take a look. These guys are fairly heavy armored, but that's no problem for a big dude with a mighty katana. He will cut them down just like normal guys. And now we still at 47 fatigue, which is pretty high even with earth power. But we have reinvigoration 5 and encumbrance 5, so we should not accumulate any more fatigue over the course of the battle. Which is important because once you're over 50 fatigue, you start taking penalties to your defense, and the enemy gets a crit chance on you, and that could fuck us up pretty hard. So yeah, let's speed this up and see if they get a lucky hit and or if we win. Yeah, they're all dead now. Easy. This is the Amazon battle. Those are the Lizard Riders, and that's a few too many for what I hoped for. So that's 2 for 6 and 6 more 12. 12 guys. Of course the scouting report showed none. Yeah, that's typical Dominion stuff. They show you a few weak guys and then there's a bunch of calves. So, yeah, this might go badly. We might lose this army here. Our dude bravely runs forward and smacks the first guy. And his mount just runs off. I was curious to see what happens with Lizard Riders. I was kind of expecting for lizards to keep fighting once the rider dies. I can understand why the horses run. This is also not good. This guy is not really engaged, and instead our Onis ran forward, so we might get unlucky here and have all our little dudes run, and once too much of our army runs, even the commander will rout, and he could probably solo the rest. Finally we get this guy in battle too. So this is looking alright. What is happening here? What's up with this guy? Why does he have a purple bar? Let's see, did he... False damage. Okay. So false damage is now somewhat of a new thing. I have no idea what it is. It supposedly existed in DOM 5 too, but I never encountered it really. But as I understand it, false damage is damage that you take, you can't regen it, and if the source of the damage and all the glamour mages on the battlefield die, the false damage is just deleted and you get your health back, but otherwise it's treated like normal damage. And yeah, we did pretty darn well here. And let's see if our other die only survived. At least we didn't bump anything, so this should be safe too. Wait, is that the same battle? Didn't we watch this already? Oh no, it was both versus the same type. Okay, so let's just speed this along and see if there's anything bad that happens. So yeah, these guys are now all blinded. The morale is pretty shitty. Even those guys don't have good morale. They only have armor. And yeah, we can win just on the basis of our fear and our dude not getting hit. So we don't really need to rely on damage. And yep, that's it. So second, I only got a new heroic trait. Let's see what it is. Valor. This is another useless one for us. So he's a better army leader now, but we are not using these guys to lead armies. We are using these guys as one-man armies, so Valor is absolutely irrelevant. Oh, they got flagellants here. Those units belong to a different nation, but they can come with a certain event. So they got lucky. They have 10 Fomorian giants here. Yeah, that's also not cool. This is the trap. The illusion warriors and phantasmal warriors. There's air mages here. So I think this guy is now gonna forge a ring of lightning. And then we can summon down here to take this. But now we are in a situation where I really don't know where to send this dude. So the lion warriors are still over here. So I guess the safest place for us would be this. And just hope that there's no other army back here that runs in there. So let's go, set up some PD here. And here too. Yeah, this is nasty. We just have no safe places to go. And from over here to there would be 22 points. It should be lower. We can walk past this and into a forest. I think it works if we go here, and next turn we could still jump into this one. Or maybe not. Is this a mountain? No, it's not, so I really don't want to bump into the lion warriors. And yeah, over here we find some elephant riders, so I guess this expansion is now coming down here, and then we are slowly running out of places to go. Alright, I guess let's go down here. We change our formation again. Let's put these guys on the flank. This dude down here. And put this guy back with the Onis. Let's also put up PD here. And you can see now we get the Indies that we just fought. We can recruit them here, so we get water mages now, which is something our nation doesn't have. That's pretty good. The water nature cross path is also pretty useful. And if we had money, we could even get these sacreds here and make them badass with our bless, but I don't think we'll ever have money for that. It will probably even take a long time until we have money to build a lab here and get some units, some mages. So a little goblin guy, let's get him moving. I should have gotten another one, I think. So let's do that now. Oh, this is also connected. So I guess we just bite the bullet and hope. And can we forge anything useful? Let's see what a god can do. And not really anything. So we'll research with him, and I think this dude will research too. We could make another piece of armor, but we already have one for next day only, and I'd rather keep the gems for now and wait till we need the items. So yeah, that's it for this turn, and I think I'll wrap it up here, go make myself a coffee, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.